Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's another week of this month. I'm telling you, time is flying. We're almost halfway through this month. We do. Then I got some good news for you, folks. I saw this while I was just doing little stuff. I was working on a video, and I saw it in my studio section that today is the birthday of my channel. And the funny thing is about this, I started this channel the day after my mother's birthday. She was born April 16th of 1942, and yesterday would have been her 81st birthday. And I started this because at the time I was taking care of my mom, and it was it was a lot mentally on you. Sometimes taking care, especially a adult who took care of you for such a long time and seeing what she's going through. And I started this channel just to have something you know, to deal with my issues. And my channel has grown. And I met a man here, Jen, right here, the hand of the emperor. He reached out to me, and doing interviews with ladies in the sport of bodybuilding, MMA, ladies in boxing, women in wrestling. I mean, content making, traveling. I mean, I say this is my purpose. This is what I do, and I really appreciate y'all who come support me. We got here another person that came here. He just came in the scene of the crime. You know, and yeah, y'all recognize him. This is my man KL the Wonder, and he's here. He's also one of us. And as I was saying, I want to thank you all for supporting my channel. I am a little over about 1,000 some subscribers. It still takes some time, because it's a grind. But like I said, I enjoy the grind. I enjoy making content. I enjoy talking about these beautiful, buff, magnificent women in the sport of bodybuilding, and also these other ladies who are skilled set with, women in MMA and women in wrestling and boxing. I mean, like I said, my channel is dedicated to ladies because you know what, I dedicate the channel to truthfully to my mother, for the woman who took care of me, the woman I love the most. And I miss her. I wish she was here. I mean, there's days where I would trade a day for her to be here for 1 year out of my life. And I'm going to be honest with that. But anyway, so folks, before we start here, we have some devastating news. I saw this morning. I followed the Female Bodybuilding channel. We, great guys, AJ and JB. JB was over in Germany last weekend at the FIBO, the FIBO, and he was hugging on my girl, Andra. He was on my girl, JB. JB, I want you to be out here, brother. I'm looking for you. Come on here. You come out here at 19, but you've been hiding. You are my girl. You hold up with my girl. I'm cool. JB, I'm cool. But anyway, I just saw that they dropped this information, and originally I thought this was going to be bad in bodybuilding. That the Puerto Rico Pro is not going to be. They're not going to have Puerto Rico Pro this year. I don't think it's going to have it again. I don't know. As you know, a while back, Puerto Rico Pro is one. It's not. It's a third tier show, which is but now it's no longer. You don't count points anymore, so you don't call it third tier show anymore because it's no longer points. But it's a show that's been around for quite some time. One lady who I reached out to, I become good friends with, Miss Stacy Nunez, Sergeant Stacy Nunez. I reached out to her because she switched over from physique to women's bodybuilding that year. With Sean Boswell, we got the chance to meet. She competed at that show and got her fifth Olympic qualification. And now it's not just women's bodybuilding; it's just all divisions. But it does really affect women's bodybuilding because it cuts down the number of Olympic qualifications. It cuts down to about at least 8 shows I can think of. Right? As you have the Vancouver coming up this weekend. Then you have, coming up in May, you have the New York Pro. You have Chicago, Tampa, and then you have also Toronto. And you have overseas. You have the Portugal show and the show in Spain. Now, since they pushed the Olympia back to November, Rising Phoenix in the about the end of November. So it's qualification for next year.
Mm.
But there was talk that the Master Show was supposed to be Olympic qualification. I feel like somebody told me that, and I saw it. And but this I don't I knew I saw it, but the Master Show is supposed to be qualification. So really, it's only I would say here in North America, counting Chicago, counting New York, counting Tampa, what's that? That's those three shows, and counting Vancouver in Toronto. Those are five shows I think in the states. That's Olympic qualification. Now people say Rising Phoenix, but the problem is Andrew competes at Rising Phoenix every year, so that is not Olympia qualification. That is a show that is more or less just if Andrew doesn't compete at it, I would say it's Olympic qualification, but whatever they can do. But like I said, Tim Gardner's show, I don't know what's going on. A few years ago they had to, because of what happened in Puerto Rico because of Maria. And says like my man, just got this for my man Jen. He just dropped to me said 10, at least 10 Olympic qualifications, but nine-ish now. Overall. But like I said, you don't count the Rising Phoenix because it's said again, as long as injury you're competing, and then you bring in competitors that are on their qualification for the Olympia, it's not really a qualification for anybody since you don't have points anymore. Unless they either give the second place, but then second place, if it's somebody who qualified for Olympia already, it's not going nowhere. So this is what I keep saying. I think the Rising Phoenix should be, even though yes, she's the Miss Olympia, she's the top competitor. The Rising Phoenix should be an exclusive competitive competition. And no, that's when one thing I think people say that why they pushed out the you know um the Miss International out of um the Arnold because Iris was keeping so much and winning so much. She wasn't what they want to see, but that is how it is sometimes. Just we got here, my man Rolando G. Shout out to Rolando G. Uh,
Yeah.
hey fellas, hey there, brother KLA and George Page talking about female bodybuilding competitors and events. Yeah, we're talking about a little bit of that. You also can say hello to my man Jin, the hand of the emperor, but we'll let you go on that. So but anyway, this is just it's just getting harder and harder for me female bodybuilder to have a foot in the sport. It's getting harder and harder. With fewer shows. I mean, there's some, like I said, they say we can point fingers at like other divisions, but the fact is, it's the promoters who, who have just they're just shows where you just have one division. That would be maybe men's open or bikini or men's classic or wellness or just the divisions that kind of fit the mold where promoters will put money behind, where sponsors put money behind because it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But it's just I keep saying this out there. I know there's guys out there who have deep pockets, who have to, who if you can throw them away doing sessions, you can get together and maybe promote some shows, or reach out promoters and maybe we don't have Savannah Pro this year. We lost that show. The Omaha kicked out women's bodybuilding. The show in Brazil kicked out women's bodybuilding. They show the big man weekend don't have only division it has is bikini and men's open, but so few competitors in the amateur divisions because like I said, there's few opportunities. You just had Long Arnold where they only had four women competing, both in women's physique and women's bodybuilding, not enough competitors on the per card. Just saw a show over in South America. I think it's some lady she competed in women's bodybuilding, but she there was enough competitors for her to get a pro card. A show the FIBO they have a show where it's possible we can get your pro card. The lady who competed in physique got a pro card. The women competing in bodybuilding didn't get her because there's not enough competition. Because too many competitors are afraid. This is just I get frustrated as a fan. I do. I say as a man. Say hey there, Jim. Nice to Jim, not Jim. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you, sir. Sorry, I can't talk. I got hoarse voice due to the April pollen. Oh my God, yeah, that yellow haze. It's killer. But it's actually starts more like in March, but then sticks around get hit in April. So besides this news, that's kind of like a disappointing. So, gentlemen, as we are here, we are guys who are is we're gonna admit it. We're smokes. We are a fan of female bodybuilders.
Schmoes All Stars.
It's for all stars. And I remember a while back I did an interview with Cheryl Fuse and Leanna George, and I was talking here with Schmoes, and Leanna said this to me, said, "You're not just Schmoes, you're friends." And you know what? I really appreciate that coming from her, a IFBB pro level bodybuilder. Recognize that we're friends. So you gentlemen think that is it us, the guys, the Schmoes, who follow the sport of bodybuilding? Are we the ones who's kind of keeping it relevant compared to, you know, just how it's getting a lot of pushback and getting pushed out?
Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
I like
would
it.
hope.
Hmm.
No, I said I would hope so. I mean, like, I mean, there's, you know, I people. I mean, there's as a, I ain't gonna say a schmo, but a female bodybuilder admirer. I try to, support. You know, so
Hmm. I think, yeah.
Just come,
I
just
think
come
we,
out and say it, schmo, and proud.
yeah. See, I'm small and I'm proud.
but I think like a schmo is like he knows a whole lot about female bodybuilding and stuff like that. I
Or
me
she. I have had at least one
Oh,
female
you
that
had a
I've
she?
met, yes, who did say that
Okay,
she was a schmo too. So it's not just a
Yeah.
okay,
male thing. So
no, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Small
Never
don't have
ran
to.
it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, small have exclusive to women, but like I said, generally most of the it's common enough that most of the smokes are men
yeah,
because guys, we do. I think something about it about women body be kind of side us. It's a different look, a different shape of a female that most people don't consider appealing. But
right.
there's guys like ourselves who do find it appealing. Like we find something about how these women build their bodies, how they, get into sport, how they work out, how they just, or just have a passion for the sport, which is a sport that's considered very masculine. And they do get the comments like, "You try and be a man." I just interviewed a lovely lady by the name of because KL, you were there when I interviewed the lovely Miss
Yeah,
Ursula Morrow, and she did a little nice quad flex for you, and
yeah, she did. Looked it
yeah,
nice. Looked
yeah,
nice.
and we admire women like this. I know that sometimes these ladies have to go dealing with you know um issues with stuff that people are doing or people saying. Sometimes they're kind of like, I know you often say how you feel like they don't want to, like you reach out for interviews and stuff like that. They feel like they don't feel like they want to talk to you. But the same thing, like I said again, sometimes they deal with a lot of stuff from a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I could understand that. You know, I
Hmm.
was watching what's her name, Sherry Priami on Didi on the Spot, and she was saying about stuff that she go through, like she, during the prep, she goes to like this dark place for. She was basically saying that female bodybuilding is not a glamorous sport. Like the stuff that they got to deal with, the mental issues and stuff. So I mean, I get it, but there's moments where I don't always get it. I'm just still, I would say I'm learning. So about these ladies.
Yeah, like I said, for me, like I said, I've been following the sport since I was a small kid. Like I said, and the thing is, the another person that really got to my was my big brother James, and he was the one. He played football, and I know you hear it all the time, but it's true. He used to play football. He used to get the muscle bags. He used to follow him because he liked to use them for his workouts. And as a kid, I I was a little kid, just looking at these guys with big muscles, and growing up in the good part of the '80s, where you had the popular animation, we had the big muscular characters, and then seeing women like Corey Everson, Diane Dennis, Bev Francis, Angela Langer, Juliet Bergman, so many amazing women in that period, because I call that more like the golden silver age, I would say, of women's bodybuilding. Then to see people like Linda Murray, Laura Craval, Kim Zavetsky, Diane, Denise Wasowski, just those women coming up, and then people like Yolanda Hughes and Lisa Lewis, Andrea Bichette, and just the next evolution of the sport over the years. I mean, and just being a fan of it. And then people people have an issue. I used to buy the muscle mags when I was in high school. I used to remember went on a field trip and I bought an issue of Women's Physique World and Linda Murray's on the cover and the women behind the account I'm making comments. I mean, I was like, I think 15, maybe 14 or 15, maybe, and I want to say, hey, mind your damn business. I mean, and study business, what I'm doing. But like I said, I was a kid there. I'm a man.
How they used to react? Oh, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. My man Ronaldo G says, I agree with KLA. I am an FBA enthusiast. Me myself, I wish the women would appreciate us more, as it would be great to be appreciated as a male admirer. Well, I think Rolando, they do appreciate us, but there's like I said, they have to be cautious because some of these guys out there can be a little bit extreme. There are some weird guys out there. That's why every time I do my interviews, I say no D pics, be respectful. Like I said, we talked with Sean Nelson last Thursday night, where he told like all you got to do is like if you see these ladies or you go to shows, you see these ladies, don't just approach them like you just approach any other regular woman. They are women still, and just say hi, how you doing? I remember when I was at Savannah, I saw Alex Hall. She competed at the show. I said, you know what? I'm gonna talk to her. Say, yeah, I saw you. I didn't know you were because I do videos and stuff for content. I didn't know you were doing a show because when I did my video, you wasn't on the list. So she came. She was on there, but didn't post it because they usually post a thing. Like I think they have posted lists for the Vancouver yet. If my man Jen should know because he's the hand of the emperor, the emperor influence ear. He gives me my information. And sometimes they always wait till last minute for to get all the shows. So that's why usually when I do my commentary video, I talk about the upcoming shows. I say, okay, who's doing who's competing? I got one lady who's I become friendly with, Miss Tony Mercury. She's going to be doing the Ultimate Classic in Sweetpoint, Louisiana. And I say, you know what? I rarely talk about the shows that don't have women's bodybuilding. But because I'm really cool with her and cool with others, some other ladies, I might talk about some of the shows that there is physique. This has physique, but no women's bodybuilding. Because like I said, women's physique is getting more like women's bodybuilding. They get that same stink eye. They're getting really losing shows, but still got a little bit more than women's bodybuilding. Here, Rolando G says Sherry Palmer looks very lovely and feminine. She has to understand that us men would take them and in heartbeat, not all us trying to bother them or judge them. We're fascinated and not only one day. Yeah. And Sherry also she has a man, she has a kid. This is what I forgot about Sherry. She's a dental hygienist. I forgot she's a dentist. She works in the dentist office.
Yeah.
She has a real job. But my man, this is my man. Raheem Hamilton says, "What is your smo?" Well,
Um.
smo it's a common word for just being a sucker, a fool, something like that. But in in the protest of in the world of bodybuilding, it's what they call us guys who are fans of women. It's something. It's kind of like when you call another black dude the N word. It's like that's my N word or something like that, or it's just something that is in the bodybuilding community. Also, with with their presence would be just great. Okay, that's what they say. We got the man Big Duke in the house. Big Duke, and he competes, and Big Duke said, pretty motherfucker, he can get anyone he wants. I was picking on Big Duke. Big George salute, peace and to panel and chat. Yeah, shout out to you, Big Duke. Yeah, man. Thank you, Big Duke, for coming through. I come in every so often coming through, watching his stuff because he lives here in my home state of North Carolina. He competes in men's physique. Great guy, cool person. He really gives me some advice. I've used some of it, some I might not use. Um, you know, and I just really want to say shout out to Big Duke. But anyway, as
My experience, well, growing up, so when I grew up, I was born in 1992, so I grew up in the aughts, 2000s, basically. That's when I really started maturing as a adult. And when I grew up, it was mostly the era of Iris Kyle, Yaxini Orquin, Diana Cadeau. Like those are like the three big names of that particular era that I can think of off the top of my head right away. And I discovered it via the internet because I was always like, um, I was very interested in very tomboyish kind of girls and strong girls. So then I just decided, I just kept doing Google searches. Basically, I think it was like, what was it, like world's strongest woman was what I Google searched, and the next thing you know, I'm into bodybuilding and all that good stuff. And yes, eventually, my parents did find out. That's what happens when you let your kids on the internet. Anyway,
And what they say.
besides,
Oh,
what was that?
no, I said what they say when they see you like into all this bodybuilder stuff, females and all that stuff.
They don't give a crap, honestly.
No.
But well, except for all the porn I was looking up at the time. But anyway,
Go ahead.
besides that, no, that was one of the reasons why I finally connected. Um, I also grew up um, socially awkward as somebody who is neurodivergent, somebody who is diagnosed at a very early age as having acute Asperger's and autism. Now, try explaining that to kids at your school, and guess what kind of word you're going to get the second you mention that? It's going to start with an R, and I'll let you figure out the rest of it.
Yeah, I know that because people back then, a lot of people didn't know how to diagnose stuff like this. It took a long time because some people thought people were just slow like that. But it's just like sometimes things happen with children, especially if you're not developmentally, especially at a young age. It just takes time for your body to grow and develop, and sometimes it's just like children with Tourette's. You know what Tourette's is? It's a disease where kids just yell out things and stuff like that, and it's just something that it is. It's just they get some help for it. And medicines back in the day, they used to take you to a mental hospital and try to lobotomize you. But now we understand. And I think America does have one of the worst mental health care system in the world. I mean, it's others a lot better than us, but America has the worst. But yeah, it's just you grew up, you are the man you are now, and you should be proud of yourself. We got my man
I
here.
remember from the movie Goodfellas, the one character who grew up in kind of like a poor neighborhood in the Bronx during the 1950s, and he kept
Henry
getting smacked
Henry
around.
Hill.
Henry Hill. He kept getting smacked around in school because he was neurodivergent, and he had a learning disability, but everybody thought, oh, he was just a lazy kid and everything else, and they didn't understand at the time like what he was diagnosed with. So eventually, he just ended up in the mob. That's a very sad story that would happen back in the day.
Yeah, it was. I love that movie,
How
Goodfellas.
would you? Can I ask you to do something, Jen? Like how were you able to interact with like females? Like since you
I
kind of
couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't even speak publicly in school. I couldn't even speak in public until I was in college. I had to self-teach myself all that.
mm,
Yeah, it takes some time because
I
it's a lot of
had,
work.
I had like a little bit of similarity to that. When I was a kid, I had problems with speech. And, in a way, I wasn't always sociable. There were times I was, but other times I wasn't. So even when I was a grown man, sometimes, it was so with people, you
hmm
know. So I kind of understand some way what you're saying.
Yeah, I could say that too because I'm a little bit like I won't say I was anxious. I'm more introvert. I'm usually private. I'm not. If people I know I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you. I'm usually to myself most of the time. But now I'm getting older. I can't, I gotta like, especially doing this content and doing interviews, I have to get out of my own way and really break that. I mean, I didn't talk to ladies who I reach out for interviews. They say I'm shy, I'm shy. I understand you being shy, but you want to, go ahead and take your time. Whenever you want to do an interview, I'm ready. I'm here because you know what, you're in a sport where which people are gonna give you attention. Here, we're on. We got Mayor Hamilton saying that never let a bunch of ladies label you all suckers. Well,
It's not
hey,
really the ladies labeling us though.
yeah, it's just how it is sometimes. And he says this also. He says, "Wait, they are calling you smooth as a sign of disrespect, and you all take it as a badge of honor." As he said again, just like how black people say each other inward. It's a sign of disrespect. People take it as a badge of honor. Just how it is sometimes. Raheem, my man, Big Duke. Fourth quarter talk says all facts. Raheem, yeah, it is. But the thing is, people are going to take it as it is. You don't have to take it seriously. Iris, this man Sean McMillan, Iris and Yaxine are one of my favorite on my favorites list. Yeah, I think we've done that before. Also, he says to fourth quarter talk, this is in the real bodybuilding world. Yeah, it is. And he says also, is it true that they charge them to the game? Is that true that they charge them to the game? I say change the game. I don't know. He's saying with that,
I
and
think he's
also.
talking about the Masters. Where,
Yeah, yeah. The master competition. I know when they told me like, yeah, they charge you to compete as a masters, even as a pro. That's Wild Fam. Yeah, Also, Charlotte Millen is also dropping some more names. Uh, Andrea, Angela, Sherry, Michaela, Chelsea, and Eva are my current favorites. Yeah, I like them all. Cool. It's cool. I used to talk to Eva Goodbit. She's been kind of quiet. I think she might be competing at the Vancouver show because I hadn't heard much lately. I used to talk to her, get her on IG. Also, this is from Rolo G says, Gyrios, hey, I'm Nero Divergent too, man. He said, yeah. He says he's also saying thing with you. Also, I'm also have anxiety when it comes to the ladies. Plus, since I was raised in the church and have three younger sisters. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I grew up with three older sisters. Okay, you're all into women's bodybuilding. Cool. Do you? But women are women. If you play, you all charge them to the game. Focus on you, build yourself, and women will come to you. Well, it's not always that easy sometimes. Sometimes you got to put in work when you're trying to get with women. Some women, as anything, best way to say it is my man El Cool J I said it. A man doesn't choose a woman chooses a man. You can work on yourself, but women would look for certain stickiness about a man. If you like my man Big Duke here, he's a tall, big, pretty motherfucker. I like to pick on him. Women will be drawn to someone like him. But me, I'm a little bit shorter end. I'm a little fat. I have good personality, but unless they get to know me, men we're a little bit more visual, but women they're also a bit visual too. But they, if you get to know a man and sit and conversate with him, they become comfortable. Like I say, but also the thing is about mutual attraction. If it's you can be attracted to a woman, but she may not be attracted to you. I watch a lot of these old westerns. How back in the day these guys get like, I was in love with you. I want to be my woman. But like I said, if she don't love you, there's no point trying to chase after him. They used to do that a lot back in the day. Get married to somebody they didn't love them because they just want to get married. And then eventually either they'll both die from old age or one of them don't die or let them kill themselves or run off. It's like I said, but like I said, these women have to really protect themselves because they have to deal with society's prejudices.
I mean, uh, sometimes it could be a contradiction with them too. I don't know if I should get into it, but I mean, a lot of these women they're very complicated too, man.
Yeah, anyone's complicated, but
Yeah,
with these women, they're in a different kind of era compared to like okay, like someone okay, let's say this, you work with this woman at work. I used to work at a lot of women. I used to work in almost 13 years in textiles with nothing but women. I worked strip club for 5 or 6 years, nothing but women. Some of these women, it's all dependent on the woman. I used to know this one lady. Her name is Jackie. Really cool. We sit and talk, have conversation. She always talk about her boyfriend or her ex boyfriend, her current boyfriend. But we had a conversation. She was cool with me. One time she used to play softball. She invited me to come play a softball game. I said, I know where she stayed at because she stayed way far away. I didn't have a car at the time. So I wouldn't mind going to see no games. But, but women really feel comfortable with a man and they feel like they can talk to them. If you're a man that they don't feel like there's, especially if there's no real, I would say, physical attraction, where they don't feel like they just have to really impress you. This see have a conversation with you like you're like, worst case scenario is one of the girls. But if a woman feels that she's attraction to you, she will, she
Let
may want you to want to make the first move.
you, yeah.
You may not be the type that wants to do the first move. We got here. We got here also. See, here we go. My man Rolando G. He says, "I'm 40, still very uneasy. Plus, I was played on a date. Yeah, that happens too. Sometimes, no, that's stuff that happens to guys when Sometimes you go out to reach out to a girl, she plays you as a sucker. Also, we have here Charlotte Millen says, Andrea Shaw, Michaela Aycock, Angela Yo, Eva Montgomery, Sherry Piami, Teresa Vasic, Lavinia Barros, Donna Williams Saliv, and Sergio Santos Maroto are my favorites. You just
Yeah,
saw,
he made a Christmas list.
yeah, Christmas. Well, I like some of these ladies. I met Donna. I got the pleasure to meet Donna. I saw Andrea compete. Teresa was down here. She did a photo shoot with my man Glenn. Been talking with Sherry. Sent some stuff to both Arsenio and Lavinia before. They like stuff I send every now and then. They don't speak English. That's the thing. I know Sean said that he did a photo session with Lavinia. She don't speak English, so you have to really do hand signals with her. But she's impressive. I hate the fact she got breast implants. I wish she stayed natural and pure, kept a pure pecs. But I know a lot of these younger competitors feel like breast implants are really. My man Rolando says to Hamilton says Raheem Hamilton, you are 1,000%. Also, Raheem says, okay, I will go to New York Pro this year and see what's out there because I'm not afraid of the ladies. Some will say no, but some will say yes. Got to see what happened in May. Good luck to you, brother. I mean, just all you got to do is go up. And like I said, my man Sean Nelson told me, just talk to him. And sometimes I know some guys, you be shy, your hands be clammy, you be scared because, but like I said, there's still women. I think one thing is I think a lot of the factor is intimidation. Some guys will get intimidated by women muscles, especially the guys in the gym, because they make comments, and stuff like that. But hey, you're a man, you're a woman. You should not be intimidated or jealous. Definitely shouldn't be jealous of a female.
I
No man,
mean, I
should,
kind of no, go ahead.
no man should be jealous of a woman. But I understand the fact that you've seen this is a different type of woman that you're not used to, and it does take you out of your comfort zone. You usually see women are more softer, feminine, lean. They have hourglass figure, something like that. We see these women got broad shoulders, small waist, thick thighs. Some of them have, do have a lot more muscles than the average man. So sometimes that it can be a bit intimidating. But like I said, like Hamilton said, like Raheem said, just approach it, or just signal. But like I said, they still have to keep their guard up because they have to deal with people's prejudice and also their bigotry.
Hey Raheem, if you're attending the New York Pro, meet up with me there because I will also be attending that as well.
Well, you're gonna go back again. I hope you have a good time. I was like I said, I wanted to go to a show this year again, but like I said, I had to get my car fixed, and and I was, what little money I got saved, I had to put towards that. I still got some get to work there, but I'd love to go to another show, maybe next year. I'll try to save start this time. Um, Also, we have here is Sean McMillan, and he says that uh, I adore Teresa Vasic. Her physique is second to none. It's all right. Also, we have here, KL says, KL is right. Yeah, okay. Also, he says, George, fat is not an excuse. What did the late Biggie say? Harp Drop, never fat, ugly as ever. Biggie got all the ladies. Yeah, but Biggie, he can rap, and Biggie was rich. So that's his
Well, you ain't
advantage. Hmm?
not Biggie George. You
No,
George.
I'm not
So
Biggie. I'm not Biggie. And Biggie, he was already
I mean,
making money. With,
George. Like I used to tell you before, like you have good qualities. You can talk. You able to talk. So that's why
yeah.
sometimes I be like, why I'll be a little surprised, like why you shy much as you be talking. Like,
Well,
but I
like
guess
I
you
said,
do
I
it
was
when you
kind of
want
shy
to
as a
do it.
kid. Well, like sometimes it's about your person. Like I said, I'm an introvert, and I'm kind of shy. I'm to myself. I don't bother. I reach out to people now and then. I don't really, I'm just me. Just how I use sometimes. I grew up in a big family. I should be a little bit more like my brothers and my sisters, but I'm me. Sometimes it's just about how you grew up. Sometimes how your personality
Yeah, I
is.
understand.
Yeah. A man says, Rollo G says, Raheem Hamilton, you guys are older. I just turned 40. Women are too judgmental to me. I'm my own opinion. Yeah, that's true. You can say, it's all opinion on the woman. Two or more of my current favorites on the list: Asher Hadley and Chelsea Dion. Well, we're not gonna see them compete this year because
Sometimes I wanna say something. Sometimes, I know what Mr. Nelson was talking about, but sometimes, like, even when you do approach a woman, you got to be careful how you approach them, because you get too excited and stuff, they see it. So, just try to be calm or something, because take it from me. It's not always easy. I mean, yes, you can't be shy. As a man, you can't. Even like outside that equation, like to get a job or anything, you're gonna face rejection, and you gotta deal with it. But
hmm
it's not always, it's easy said than done. You just have to be careful how you not to get too excited with them. That's all.
yeah, and that's the big thing about I think guys we worry about rejection. We sometimes we get used to it after a while. Women they can't take it as much as we can. And I think some guys after a while get rejected, just say, you know what, this is give up. And sometimes it happens. I had times where I reach out to girls and they turn me down. I say, yeah, that's all right. Just moved on and just live my life and do what I want to do. But then I met some women later on in my life and I had some fun with them. We didn't have relationships. We had relations. We had fun. We chilled out. We had a good time. It was nothing really serious. I think I wasn't really looking at anything because, like I said, I was kind of, you know, socially stunted. It took me a while to really grow out of it. I was into my mid 20s before I lost my virginity, and it takes time.
Yeah, I
It's
was fun like that. I was.
Yeah, it takes time. Sometimes it's about what person you are. Rolando G says, George, dude, we are big back in the days. Got women, Barry White, Prince Marky D, Heavy D, and I can go on, bro. Yeah, I know, but that's back in the day. Barry, yeah, Barry could sing. I was watching an old video. Was it with him and Lisa Stanfield? They were singing "Being Around the World" together. And Barry had that smooth voice. I take good care of you.
You
Chris
talking
Marky
about
D.
Barry White?
Yeah. Chris Marky D. He lost weight. And I think he died a while back.
Yeah,
Was it Marky D? Yeah.
yeah.
And and then Heavy D. He lost a little bit of weight. He wasn't as big. He was a good sized dude, but he was tall. That's the thing is, if you have the height advantage, that helps out too. Sometimes it's about the man's personality also. Sometimes you have good personality, no good conversation. Someone will really like you. Here we have here, you know, uh, Rolando, Hamilton says, Rolando G, old, young, there are so many out there, bro. You can't give up and travel, bro. Yeah, you need to move. I need to travel more too. I live in a small town. Not too many. Often I can find decent women. Four more on my list. Favorites. This is for Sean McMillan. Mona Persalé. He always say Asher Hadley. He always said Chelsea Dion. He said Christine Mendoza. Yeah, shout out to them. Also, my man Raheem Hamilton. Rule of thumb: don't send them crazy ish. Okay, okay, don't be crazy. But sometimes some women be crazy. Don't get upset and get that one turn you down. Yeah, but sometimes that is that one that sometimes can break some guys. Rolando G says, Raheem Hamilton, I won't go. If I can go to the show, I will have to go to show, try to put my bid in. I just need a chance. That's all. Yeah, everybody needs a chance. Also, Hamilton says, Ronaldo G, just go to the show. Don't think about how to talk to them or have how on your mind. I'm going to talk to women there, and that will trip you up. Breathe easy. Yeah, shout out to him. Also, he says, look, I dated two female bodybuilders in 2016. I had fun with them. We ate and talked about life. That's cool. That's good. You know. Also, Ulaji says, it's funny. I was born on August 24th of 1982, and feel feel should been have been probably already at my peak with women. I'm learning not to take rejection personally. That's why I'm still single. Plus, I look for quality. Yeah, we look. Sometimes that's things. Sometimes you got to drop your standards, and that's the problem. Is sometimes it's hard to drop your standards. And he says, "Okay, George, then tell me about Flavor Flav then." Well, yeah, well, that guy's is anomaly. Hamilton, he's anomaly. I mean, he even was with Bridget Nielsen. She was married to Sylvester Stallone. I mean, it's just he has. I think with him, he has good personality. Yes, even though he's a crazy whacked out, crackhead, but he has good personality about him. But sometimes some guys are just those. I think with some women like this, the most beautiful women would date sometimes ugly men. Remember years ago when Julia Roberts was married to Lyle Lovett. She was engaged to Donald Sutherland, not Keith Sutherland. They broke up. Then no more, maybe a year or so after that, she was dating and she married Lyle Lovett. Everybody know who Lyle Lovett is. He is a guitarist, country singer, guitarist, actor. I mean, he's done movies and TV shows over the years. I'm gonna pull up his picture real quick, and if you don't know who he is, um, you'd be surprised. This guy pulled Julia Roberts. You wouldn't think. He looks like I don't know. He had the crazy hair back then when he was younger. He looked like a mop top or something. I mean, you wouldn't think this guy. If I pull him up in a minute, you would think this guy will pull somebody like Julia Roberts, but he did. They were married for about maybe a year or two till they virtually got divorced. That's why I love it. And actor, does TV, stuff like that. What I mean, he's been in the game for a long time, and you wouldn't think if you look at him, this guy was married to Julia Roberts. He looks like he should be, I don't know, pumping gas at the gas station, talking about, I don't like sliced potatoes. I mean, but he's a pretty popular country singer, actor. He's been around. Seen him in movies over the years. I think last time I saw him was that show Blue Bloods. He played a Texas Ranger. That's been a while ago. You know. Yeah. I think we lost KLA. He must have dropped out or something.
Yeah, I might come back. He said, "Might keyword."
Oh yeah, like I said, I was talking. I missing. He's just say he said, but okay, yeah, he said he might be come back or so. Okay, we'll be here for a good bit before, if we don't go off before he gets back. Um, My man Rolando G says, "Yeah, I love it, man. That dude, it always got me about Julia Roberts, Julia's relationship with him that blew my mind. And that's true. And also, C. Crawford was hands down way sexier than Julia Roberts. I give it to you. I think, Julia was, like I said, but she's married to an ugly. Well, her current husband, not too bad looking of a guy. But remember, Raheem, she was married to God, his name is the back of my head. Um, God, I know his name. He was in Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts. She was married to him. Richard Gere. Remember, she was married to Richard Gere for Cindy Crawford was married to Richard Gere for 2 or 3 years. And that was a very, I think at the time, good part of the '80s and '90s, he was one of the most handsome guys in Hollywood. And she eventually divorced him. She married another man. And they have 2 kids. Sometimes women will marry like a guy who's, I think the overly good-looking guys usually their relationships don't last as long as they eventually some of these famous women will marry the guys like not too famous. He got his own way, got his own money. He's not overly good-looking. He's handsome enough where you want to reproduce with him. You know, but with men we have our standards. Um, Also, he says Sherry's all right. I like Sherry Priami. I saw that interview she did with DD, and she looked, I mean, huge. Look like I think she's going to win that show in Vancouver. You think?
Uh, um, who's competing in Vancouver again?
Okay, from what I know of is I know Tana Huey. She's competing because she said she posted it because me and Tana we've been talking back and forth a good bit. Andrea Sauer. There's one girl jumping up from physique to wins bodybuilding. She ain't competed since 2021. That's Julia Wetzel. Uh, Sherry Priami. And I think another chick she competed in New York last year, but she didn't do any more shows after that. And I think at least 6 women. I'm thinking Eva Montgomery might try to compete because she's been kind of quiet. Usually, like I said, I used to talk with Eva a good bit on IG, but she's been kind of quiet lately. I know her friend, which is her friend Layla Aiki. I can't say her name right, but she said that she's doing her thing because her and Layla used to always be together, doing posting videos, taking pictures. But Layla's doing things with some dresses and and something like that. But yeah, but my man here, Richard Gere, Rolando. And also, Sean Miller says, it's true that the Puerto Rico and Savannah have been dropped from the schedule this year. Yes, because they usually say they tell you like this. The Puerto Rico was on the schedule, but it got dropped. The Savannah didn't get on the schedule because I don't know what's going on. I think because Wing of Strength is promoting the master shows over in Romania, they might be taking the money from behind the Savannah show. I don't know why. I mean, it was a great show. It's been around for at least 3 years about because that was one time. I think one time Linda did have both Savannah and Norfolk. Then she lost to Norfolk. This is why I said like this. Some people, if guys out there who have the money and means, reach out to Linda Murray and see if you can try to bring maybe Savannah back and bring Norfolk back for next year, or even try to expand her. Try to make her like how how Arnold had these shows around the world. He has the UK show. He has a show in Australia. He has a show. Some of the shows are amateur shows, but he also has pro shows. And if things like that, if Linda could be something like that, if Linda could get somebody to back her like that, all the mostly good part of it's from because his name. That's how he can vote his own swing and clack his other show because he's a name. But if somebody can back somebody like Linda like that, who's a Miss Olympia champion, who can maybe get her bring back the show like Tampa. I mean not Tampa. I mean Savannah and Norfolk, and even do like I said, even span. Maybe like I know some ladies say they want to see more shows out in the West Coast, in California or Arizona. You have to be right as Phoenix, Arizona, but with that, it has to be invitational. Maybe a show where it's opportunity for qualification for Olympia. We'll go with that. Um, we got my man
What?
here. Just saw him. Derek Bailey says salute all the way to George Page. Thank you, brother, for the salute. What you about to say?
Well, there was the one exception that seems to consistently have women's bodybuilding over the last 15 plus years has been the Tampa Pro. From 2008 onwards, even more than even the Olympia.
Yeah, it's been consistent. I think Chicago too. I think Chicago
No, the
did one.
Tampa's the longest one.
Chicago.
Chicago is not as long.
Oh, Chicago's not as long.
Tampa is the one that has consistently every year.
Has had women's bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
since
good.
2008.
That's good. And, that's why I say I was like, that's why I was curiosity how why Tim Gardner doesn't have it because we all know why he didn't have it in Puerto Rico for the last couple of years so because of what happened with the Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. He didn't have it for he didn't have it one year, he didn't have it for another year. Then he had it in the Bahamas, and now we're not having this year. And it's just it's a lot's going on. I mean, we want to know what's going on, Tim. I just want to know. My man Raheem is saying, "Look, real talk. Some of these female bodybuilders don't date guys who are as handsome as in shape like they as like me. Maybe not, but they do quite often. Many of them do marry or date guys who are in the sport, who are in the sport. Only a handful might date guys who are regular dudes. There's one lady I used to follow. I forgot her name. Her husband looks kind of like me, and they probably got together before she got into sport because she has 2 kids. She's a beautiful lady. I need to reach out to her again about maybe doing an interview. It's been a while, but I know she's busy or whatever. I hope to get out to you. So okay, he says some of them date fat nerdy guys, so you guys have a chance. Maybe, but generally it's all depending.
And who you calling a nerd?
You all here,
That
Raheem?
is the That is the one thing I object to.
So
I do
yeah,
not
I'm a
care about.
geek. I'm a geek. I know that. I'm not a nerd. I'm a geek. I'll tell you,
I'm a Chad.
you're Chad.
I'm Chad.
Yeah, Raheem.
Alpha.
Yes, Rollo just said Raheem Hamilton. Sincerely, yeah, I may have to get one from Brazil. Still trying to fluent in Brazilian Portuguese. I hear female bodybuilders in Brazil very open minded about average dudes. Yeah, I know my man. Shout out my man XA Gucci 43. I had tried, XA a while back lost his apartment. He's been going through something. I've been talking to him. He's supposed to have been staying up on a motel for a while until things get settled. I try to reach out to him. I hope he's all right. Shout out to you, XA. And he was dating a girl in the Philippines. He told me, "Hey, George, go to the Philippines." I said, "That's a long way to go get a woman." I mean, that's a long, but do what you got to do, brother. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of women from other countries are a little more open-minded compared to. I think women in America have a standard. Even women who are not even female, even some of these women. Like I was watching a thing with I'm not a fan of this guy, Kenny Ko. We're talking to this chick. She was British or something. She had big boobs and she wasn't that pretty. She wanted this guy, and he's not that attractive. And the thing is, it'll be the women who, even those women, will want this guy. Women, ugly chicks can get a man too. It happens. Ugly fat women can get a man too. But sometimes with men, it's about maybe what that woman can do for him, have to take care of him. I mean, men. I think we would drop our standards every now and then, particularly if the woman has something to really provide to us. Well, women, they have their standards. They'll stay to them, stick to them, or their opinion. They might switch up every now and then, but generally, women have they want Prince Charming. They want to have chiseled chin, chiseled abs, a lot of money, and a big dick. And you're not going to always get that guy. You'll get the guy who looks like me or Jen or KLA or Raheem or Rolando or Derek or Sean or any of these guys. You usually go, this is the guy you end up with. But we're nice guys. We love, we care about you. Usually it's the guys who are too good looking, who think they're too pretty. They're prettier than a woman. Who usually the ones that cheat on them, shit on them. They'll jump on from one woman to another. I mean, also the other guys cheat too, but generally those guys know if they lose this woman, no one, other woman want to take care of them. That's the thing is, you know. But he's also this is a man, Raheem Hamilton. No disrespect, but the sport sucks balls. This is the only sport where even when you get to the pros, there's no benefits to it, and they wonder why not a lot of young people come into the sport. Yeah, because like I said, if there was like any other sport, like Major League Baseball, Major League Football, where they got benefits out of it. Even if it's not money, at least something to take care of the athletes. I mean, you compete in these shows. You only make your money if you either if you get a sponsor or you win big money the prizes. So, and that's the sad part about the women's end of it, especially not just women's bodybuilding, physique, figure, wellness, fitness, and bikini. They don't make a lot of money. But with bikini, fitness, and maybe some of the figure and some of the fitness girls, um, bikini fitness, those girls can probably get, sponsors. We take care of them. But for divisions like Women's Bodybuilding and Physique, it's harder for them to get sponsored because usually those companies don't want to put them on product placement, even though they use the stuff. They don't want to put it in product placement. They say we don't want to use this person to face the right product, even though a great physique, a champion, sort of like Andrew Shaw. Andrew Shaw's lucky ones to have some like mutations. She's been backed by the Win Strength for so long time. It's really hard for they to get sponsors. A man, Hamilton saying, Ronaldo G, you in Brazil, bro, you are around nothing but sexy women. What is your problem, bro? It's all about his. Maybe it's just about location sometimes. Sometimes changing your place sometimes helps. Raheem. He says, Raheem, brother, you have a solid point about why these young girls won't enter into the top female bodybuilding competitions event. Yeah. Also, uh, is that Natty or not guy? What do you mean? What's Natty or not? I mean, what are you talking about? Derek. I mean, my man KL just came back. Welcome
What's
back.
up?
Yeah, welcome back.
Blackest days and brightest nights. What's
Yeah. I'm more Batman. I am the dark. I am vengeance. I am Batman, and that's my other guy. He completes me. had to do it. I need man. I had to do it. I had to do it. He popped up. Wait a minute. He's back in again. I think. What is it? What's going on? He,
Getting bumped
yeah.
out.
He probably has some issues. He'll come back in
Well,
again.
he is doing the background. That is
Yeah.
bad tradition.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Getting bumped
that's
out.
yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. Oh no, Raheem Hamilton. I live in the most shallow, stuck up California, Northern California, San Francisco. Yes, I heard about San Francisco. A lot of it's very come sit come side there. Let me tell you guys how to get women in America. Tell them you have a long rap sheet chewing all over the place, and that you are in your 30s and 40s going to get your GED. Trust me, it works. I know, I know people like my brother's like that. He didn't graduate high school. He got about 9, 10 kids. He's been arrested for maybe just for like drunk driving, but nothing too serious. Never really been. He might sit in like detainment for about 24 hours for got him. But yeah, he already got a wife. So but yeah, I'm just being me. You know, George Page, you are 1,000% correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. He says, George, don't bunch me into this. I told you I can pull the ladies and bodybuilding ladies. Not that. Well, I didn't bunch you into this, but you are in the chat talking, brother. So you're the one who said it. I didn't. You know,
So,
but
so,
you know,
so George, question. When the list comes out for the Vancouver Pro, do you want me to come on and we'll talk about the ladies on the list, or do you want to tradition? Because I know traditionally you do it yourself and go over the list of the ladies.
well, like I said, the show's coming up on this
This week,
Saturday. So
Sunday.
if, like I said, I usually do my video, but we can do. See, Friday. I gotta. What time you off on Friday?
Uh, uh, jeez, I don't think I am. Friday.
Well,
Um. Oh wait, yeah, I am off on Friday. I'm off the whole day.
what time? What time you
Oh
got?
wait, sorry, I'm looking at last week's schedule. I'm off at 3:30.
So how
So
about
I'm
we
off.
come? Okay, how about we do this? How about around about 4 or 5 o'clock, whichever time fits with you? We can talk about the list and talk about the women on the list. We're talking about women's bodybuilding. We're talking about women's physique because, like I said, I want to be
What if
more. We talk about the competitors are competing. I don't know if they officially got the list out yet.
what if just hypothetically they don't have the list out yet by that time?
Well, it's gonna happen because usually they try to have the list by time because you know usually that's why I usually when I do my little videos I wait till like about you either you don't have it in because sometimes you have to always have to wait till if more competitors are gonna be competing at the show because there always be somebody come in the last minute and something like that just and you see the list again and they say hey I didn't see that person on the list so if we wait Friday because the shows are gonna be on Saturday we can do a special Muscle Talk Monday. We can talk about who's competing, yada yada yada. We talk about who's this and that. We
Soul
also
Talk Friday.
hmm so we do it like maybe around. I would say like say you just get off work 3:30. We can do around 5 o'clock if that works with you.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm off.
Yeah, sounds good. We can
I'm
so
off after that,
we
and
yeah
then
we
I'm off
talk
for the weekend. So
yeah. So we do it live. We talk about it. I saw the price of the pay per view was like about $50, 50 some dollars. I ain't gonna. That's even though I like bodybuilding, I love it, but hey, right now I'm on a budget. I'm at close to the end of the month. I gotta hold on to every dollar I got. Because down here in my state of North Carolina, they got rid of emergency food stamps, so I'm buying food with cash. But yeah, but we'll talk
yes.
about that.
So if you're not living in a state where basically their answer to you getting food is basically get a gun and go out into the woods and shoot something, try to get a pay-per-view for this show. Okay, if you're not in Georgia's situation, I did, but I did that months ago. So I want to be extra on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, folks. Like I say, if you get live out, I live on a budget, and I have to stretch my money, and sometimes I can't always spend it on things I want to spend it on. I got to spend it on things I need to spend it on. But I was hoping maybe, like I said again, I was hoping to try to go to a show this year. I gotta get my car fixed, and then that's when I got put into it. And I would love to have a job again, but it's hard to find a job, especially when most people don't want to hire you knowing you got a pacemaker. Don't say this, Raheem, that most jobs around here are mostly either farm jobs, company jobs, and usually you can't work too many places if there's like high magnetic things, especially with pacemaker. It's harder. So that's why eventually after a while my family told me just go ahead after a couple of years of me just trying to look for some work after I left my last job and then take care of my mom. My family just said, "Go ahead and apply for your disability." I said, "Yeah, go ahead and apply because I know I needed it because eventually I'm getting older and just it's just things that happen." Plus, my mom needed me because when she was getting sick and she had a first seizure after I quit my last job and someone needed to be here for her. She went through rehab and this and that and everybody else was working and no one was here with me and her. So I said, I had to take care of mom and if I had a real job, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I just she needed me the most and that's why I did it. So anyway, my man. Raheem Hamilton said, Rolando G, Northern California, San Francisco, they are fire. Yeah, well, they can be flame on too if you're not careful. And also, Rolando says, I live in the Bay Area, home of tech world. I work security for the YouTube. A lot of these women who work in the tech world, the Bay Area, men is cool for location. The women forget it. Okay. Okay, I say. Also, Derek Bailey said Kenny Yayo or whatever that dude name is. He always interview women and then ask them if they're natty or not. Oh yeah, Kenny Ko. That's what his name. Derek Bailey. He just I saw him do an interview with one lady. She was Japanese or something. She was either Japanese something. She was she had a accent and she did not. The woman did not know no English. He's asked her something. She just, talked to him. And she gave him a high five, whatever else. It's just, he'll do it a little bit more than the women do with the men. But with the guys, yeah, even though these guys go, some of those guys go say yeah. Most women say no. I'm still remember when he did the Teresa Vasic, how she should have just walked away from him. She told him, said, you can guess, and she just walk away. But she just got drawn to it. She became her own victim. She just walked away from the dude. She knew, you got to catch this guy. Guys like this stuff. I think that Teresa Vasic video was the most watched. She said, and I got a couple of friends who used to be fans of him, but after a while they started to get fed up with because he's looking for somebody to jump on. He was even talking to a porn star I used to follow, Angela White, and they were talking. He said, "Did I recognize you for anything?" And Angela, she's from Austrian porn star, very attractive, huge, gigantic boobs, natural. She's natural. She's natty boobs, not fake boobs, plastic silicone boobs. She's natural. Um,
Yeah, he comes off as a piece of
shit. Yeah.
garbage who needs to get a little bit of mace in his eyes, honestly.
maybe somebody, maybe somebody said, maybe somebody would say, "Stranger Danger" sprayed Mason's face. They might do that. Expensive as hell out there. Yeah, especially California. That's why cost of living in California is higher. I think next to New York and I think New York and
move here to southeastern Pennsylvania. It only cost you $500,000 to get a house here. Don't just buy it.
ooh, whoa, no. I knew a guy I used to work with. He retired. He used to work up in Detroit for 30 years. He was from here, where I say he's from here, from my county. He moved back down here about 15 years ago. This is 15 years ago. He used to work with me at the job he used to work at. He moved back down. This is like 15 years ago. He told me when he retired he used to work at the auto industry. Like I think he was working for what was Dodge or was it Chrysler? Chrysler Dodge, and he worked there for 30 years on the semi line. He retired, come down here. He bought himself a house, a brand new truck because it costs cheaper. You can get yourself land cheaper here. The $1 million you pay for a house up there in Pennsylvania, you can buy yourself for 500 to 600 acres of land and still have enough left over to buy 3 or 4 cars and more. You can buy because like it's cheaper down here. The cost of living is like I say, people come down here from the big cities, from the big states like Pennsylvania, New York, California, I would say Texas, stuff like that, where cost is a little higher, but to come here, it's a lot cheaper. I know I was talking with a lady who I've been friendly with. She lives in Florida, and we saw the news lately. Rick, the sanitation, whatever his name is, that dumbass, he put in a law in which now you can carry concealed guns. It's going to happen around July. People gonna be in. It's just stupid. He's just stupid. He's
Yeah,
trying so
I
hard.
think I think that might be one of the reasons why I'm gonna be quite frank here. Why I would not be moving down to that particular area of the country. Let's just say
Yes,
that area of Florida, North Carolina. No offense, but I will not be caught dead down there. Honestly.
like I said, I wouldn't. When I was thinking about, I had a lady a while back reach out to me, come check her out because she's gonna be competing at the Tampa. And now I don't think I want to go to Florida. I hadn't been to Florida in a long time, not since I used to go to Disney World with my sisters and my nieces and my nephews, and that's been 20 years just about. And now with what he's doing, that's crazy. Most people don't know how to use guns. Talk about getting guns teachers in school. Hey, if somebody come in there shooting up your kids, hell no, I'm not gonna try to risk my life for your children. Hey, I know some people would, but not me. I'm jumping out the window. I mean, if I see you, you try to shoot me, I'll bug back. But some people don't know how to handle guns. Even you gotta be trained. You just can't go put somebody on a firing squad and see how to shoot a gun. It takes a lot more, especially when you deal with somebody coming in and shooting with you. Um, this is from Rolando G.
I
He just dropped this. Derek Bailey, no question. I went from my current longtime friend. I can't afford a house on the income I'm on. I'm trying, man, but yeah, it's high and in on here in the Bay Area, northern for sure. Rolando, are you close to Oakland? Because I know he's San Francisco. That's a good way from Oakland, but I think it is. He says, Gears Joe's, I'm on a budget as well. Yeah, you're gonna say, yeah, being on a budget. Yeah, being on a budget. He lives with his mom. I live in housing, it's expensive. Even here, it costs so much to find a good, decent house. I'm in North Carolina. It's cool here. I'm originally from New Jersey. Yeah, shout out to you. My father and my lived in New Jersey before he passed away, and I had my aunt or her and my uncle Bobo. They lived up there for a long time. I had my aunt Pat. She lived in Baltimore before her and my uncle. His name is Henry, but we all call him Sonny. They moved down here like about 20 years ago, and they bought themselves a nice trail out in the country until my uncle Henry passed away. I still call my it was on Zeta's funeral. For most of my life, I always called him Sonny, but I didn't know his first name was Henry. I knew his name most of my life, and until he died, I didn't know his first name was Henry. I always call him my Uncle Sonny. He was a good man. I love my Uncle Sonny. He was a good man. I miss him too. But yeah,
That kind of reminds me of my grandfather. I always called him my grandfather. I didn't even know his first name until literally after he died. It's interesting like that. Just because
well,
I'd
well,
always call him Papa. What else am I supposed to call him?
my granddaddy, like I said, I only had two. Like I said, I didn't have no grandmothers because they died before I was born. I had my granddaddy George, which was my mother's father. His name was George Page. And my granddaddy Grady. And my granddaddy Grady was a lot. He's my father's father. He was around. He used to sometimes come down and visit us. He lived in his own place out in the country. We lived in the country too, but he lived in another area. He used to have hunting dogs. One time we babysat one of his hunting dogs for a while. And we died. I would think I was like maybe 12 or 13. You know, and it's kind of like when somebody by their nickname, but then you get surprised when you find out their real name. Because especially us in the black community. I know a bunch of guys named Junebug, June, or something like, or I know them by their nickname. But then especially after they die, or maybe you meet somebody say, oh, once first say, oh, say, you talk about him? Oh yeah, I know him. Oh, I didn't know that's his real name. That's how it is sometimes. But
Yeah. Interesting fact. My grandfather's first name is Robert Senior. Senior. So, and then interesting fact. Robert is then also the name of my uncle, Robert Jr., and it's also my middle name as well.
Mhm.
It's also the name of my great grandfather. Let's go with that one.
So,
That's the those are like the ones born in like the
yeah,
1800s that I
yeah.
saw at the grave site. So apparently Robert is one of those names that is just kind of like carried down in my family quite a bit. Some families kind of do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, looks like we're getting really off topic now.
Yeah, we're folks. Like I said, we're getting back to topic is that as guys who
Well,
follow, like I say, okay, get back to as guys who follow these women, we have to understand that they deserve our support because it's tough to be a woman in the sport of bodybuilding. You know, like every so often, like one thing I do is I do my comparison videos. I use PowerPoint to make the pictures. If you follow my channel, so every so often, what I do, I make what I call like kind of fan art, or is there something to show like, hey, I send them out every so often. And I know some ladies who I follow or I become friendly with, or women I get interviews with, they like it. I know a while back, someone would post it on their social media. Someone put in their stories. It's just something to say, hey, you know what? I know you're going through stuff. I know it's hard. I want to show you that, I support you, just show you appreciation. And, and some women, they generally like it. Sometimes, I mean, one woman, she didn't like it too much because I used an old picture. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use an old picture. She said, that's cool. Just make sure you something updated. And, I just try to look for something that really works and maybe tell a story. But, you know, as guys, we get chastised and picked on, comments told like we're gay, which truthfully it's one thing if I was attracted to someone like Big Ramy or Heidi Chopin, but I don't find those guys appealing. They don't guys male bodies don't attract me like that. Women, there's something just different for me, especially being from the South. I grew around women a little bit healthy, a little thicker, you know, full body, working a strip club, you see chicks with big old booties and and yeah, I've seen my good share of some fake tits, but some natural ones too. But just a different woman than what you're used to. And as a fan, like I said, I give like respect. I mean, they go through a lot. And they do have to deal with people who make prejudgments about them. There's some of the ladies I have done English with are the nicest women I have met. Now I have some women who could be total, you know, B-I-E-I-E. I'm not gonna say the word out, but you know what I mean. And those women I don't want to deal with. A while back I had an issue with one woman. She made some, hey, first we thought we were kind of cool, but I did something that might offend her. I said I don't want to say apology. It didn't want me, but then she kind of took it and said, you know what, I'm done with you. But some women who have grown connections with, friendships with, we still talk on social media. I mean, sometimes I just like I said yes this morning. When I heard about the thing about the um the Puerto Rico getting canceled, I called some of these ladies. One lady who I had become good friends with, Alicia Ferrier. Me and her talked. We talked for a good while. Then I called Tina Williams. You see in the on the cover, the avatar for this video where she's standing with this guy. I made that picture for her and I sent it to her. She liked it. I said, you know what? I got some ideas. I'll post this and we'll talk about this. Lori Conley, who I've been really cool. She said she wants to do a live. She says she wanted to do it, but then she's busy today because she's training, she's prepping, she's getting ready. Also, she got a little sick a while back. She's getting a little behind, so she wants to prep for the upcoming season. She wants to get ready to make her pro debut. So I wish her all the best of luck on that. And some ladies I send every now and then. Some people keep real cool. We talk. We have. I might sometimes I might see something funny on IG. I send it to them. They laugh. I might see something that might be inspirational. They say, you know what, George, thank you for sending that because you know what, I needed that today because they may have had a hard day at work. They might be going to that dark place. And I have sometimes had long conversations with some ladies. We just talk and just talk about this and that. I would love to meet some. It was a great opportunity for myself to meet people like Sheena Olick. I met Cheryl Rouse, who's a lady who's like about 60 and competitive. My dear friend Miss Marianne. Also get to meet Alina Popa. Get to meet Donna Salee. Even though at the time, Yeah, you got to be Hell Trevino. Yeah, man, that's great for you. What else you meet besides Hell Trevino?
What was that?
Who else you meet besides Hell Trevino when you went to New York?
Oh, um, Leah Denny, the one Anastasia something something.
Kobaleva.
Uh, yeah, there's others. Isabel Terrell. Um, yeah, it's yeah. I've met plenty of these women, especially not even at New York or anything like that. I mean, just be yourself. Honestly, like just be nice and. I usually just have very light conversations and ask them like, what are your hobbies? Like, how are you doing? Like, how's your prep going? All that stuff. Like,
Yeah, I commend so.
be
Also, like,
serious. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Honestly, like seriously, just
don't try to fake the
be
funk.
sweet and nice, and and don't be intimidated either. Like I've been with women who are like honestly weighed probably even more than me, like or at least about the same weight, 200 pounds, like 190. Like they're I've been with some big women before, but like you still got to treat them the same respect you treat anyone.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when I ran into Irie Anderson when I was in Savannah. I talked to her. She was a great lady, and we used to talk a bit, but not too much now. I met, like I said, Sheena Oleg. I even, didn't talk with her, but I did meet her. The name we did not speak on my channel. That's before the shit hit the fan with her. And I think what about the time? Yeah, when she was at Savannah, it was right about before the shit hit the fan. And you know, it's just these women are people keep remember they're still women. They have their loves, their interests, their preferences. They, like I said, that's why I like talking about women like this. That's why I reach out for interviews. I mean, one girl told me that she felt like she's not that important. You are important. It's not about where you are at the sport. Where it's how you got here. Your story is something that might inspire somebody. It could inspire someone like me who's really made some changes in life. I mean, I'm still setting my ways to some things, but I'm still learning how to be the better person that I need to be. And I enjoy the conversations I have these days on social media. I would love to meet some of them in the future. Like I said, I know I got to travel a little bit, but travel costs money. Maybe I get lucky, save a few bucks, and then hey, I might. I know one lady I really cool with Yetta Abdul, great lady. She's all the way in Indiana. Me and Yetta, we talk every so often. She was the one who I got a feedback on with the whole thing with her friend Ursa because her and Ursa used to work under Ursa was trained by Tracy Ruggins. They were both, training mates, but Ursa's moved on. But it's just great. She's a lovely lady. I will say amazing person. She's married. And it's always good when there's married. That's how it is sometimes. It's just you said, dang, I wish I met you like 10, 15 years ago. But she's a great person. And other ladies I've become connected to. Like one lady we cool with Talmara Makar. Great lady. I knew a while back she reached out to me about helping her with something. And I said I'm happy to help, and she appreciate that help. Also like I say, women sometimes will all often reach out to a man if they have a problem they need something to solve. They reach to a man because you know what? Sometimes they may not want it to solve the problem, but sometimes they might need it to solve it. But sometimes that's the purpose of the man. Sometimes like my man here, Rolando G says, "Don't worry, George and Gyrios. As long as the ladies know I'm real, I'm a real guy, very genuine. So the FBs have nothing to worry about. Yeah, well, I hope not. They shouldn't have to. But like I said, these are great ladies. I enjoy talking with my man KL. Looks like he popped back in.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm
And
sorry about that. I had
That's
problems
all
with
right.
Verizon and
yeah,
all this shit. But I
Verizon
had to
sucks
call him.
indeed.
I
Yeah,
got, I got, I'm like I said, when I do my interviews, I always use my computer. I don't, like I said, and like I said, the
phone
phone,
is yeah.
yeah.
No, and I have problems with my home phone. My home phone is dead, so I had
Ooh.
to call them and stuff to for them to come over here. and
Mm,
I bought like the
Verizon,
wire, but I ain't know what the hell to do with it. So, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Verizon just sucks. But
yeah.
anyways, guys, I'm gonna head on out because I got a nice sandwich here that is begging for me to eat it. And a Pepsi here, and this is taking a little bit out of me. But I think this has been a very good conversation. And
Yeah, it's a good conversation. That's what we do.
onward,
Do this coming.
onward to, onward to Vancouver
All right, and also like I said, what we're gonna do is on Friday, as you
Friday.
heard, me and Jing gonna come on. We do a special Much Talk Friday for the Vancouver show. We'll wait to see the lists out. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about the women competing. We're gonna talk about good part of
Yep,
bodybuilding, but also talk about physique too, because he's
yep,
not much for physique, but we got to educate the boy on it. Because the fact is division that is really feeding women's bodybuilding right now. Because I
yep,
think on the list right now there's at least three women that I know that was physique who switched over to bodybuilding some time ago. So
yep,
three, at least three or
yep,
four.
yep.
Yeah.
I'll do
So
my homework.
all righty,
Peace out, everybody.
all right, peace out.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Anyway, again, that was my man, the hand of the Emperor, Jen. We'd like to thank the brother coming through. We hope all the best. And said again, come by Friday at 5 o'clock. We'll have a little live. We'll talk about the show. We want to check out, give your thoughts, your theories, and who's possibly going to take away the title. My man, Rolando says, take care, Girios. Pleased to meet you, man, sincerely. Yeah, thank you. He appreciates that. Try to come back this Friday for the event. Yeah, like I said, we'll set it up. Like I said, also we'll probably on Mux Monday, we'll probably do a live about, after the show, give our thoughts, critiques, because I try to do critique show after that. But I think, like I said, Friday, I usually I do make a video where I just talk about, the competitors. But this time we're just gonna do a live talk about. We'll see the list. We're gonna follow, jump on the IGs, Shira Priyami, from what I've seen of her, she might win this show.
Yeah.
She looks. I mean, I just saw her on DD on Spot Live.
Yeah, man. I seen that. Oh man, I was like, wow. Like, I wish I could see that on. I would ask her like, "Can I touch you?"
Well, with Didi, he record the shows and they post them on. I don't know why he
Yeah,
does that. I like to do the lives where I like to interact with the people. I like to see the guests interact with them too, because they like when people talk about, especially that the other day was live with Ursula. She had a big smile when you made the comment about her quad. She has some big quads. She's a big girl.
yeah,
Shout out to them. But like I said, it's gonna be, like I said, we starting to get the season up. I was talking to some people, like I said, some women they're prepping, but we need them to step up. And one thing we need also we talk about is that promoters need to give opportunities. Sponsors need to put money behind. I keep like this. If we get enough people, I know because you got to pay the manions a little fee because hey, you got to pay them because the manions are like the mob. You always got to pay the big boss his dirge. You got to pay him his money. And if we can reach out to somebody out there, enough of people who have the means, the pockets, who can, hey, I got like you said, like, if you can get like 10 guys who got maybe okay, I got 50K to throw around, and reach out to a promoter, say, hey, I got enough to pay the sanction fees, enough to pay for this division, and and if I don't make anything out of it, just maybe just get my money back. That's good. Sometimes you have to take a loss. It's just a waste of the sport with bodybuilding. But these women, like I said, I'm a fan of. Some of these ladies I've become, you know, I've been called a friend, and I appreciate them for letting call me a friend because they're my friends to me. Some I hope to meet someday. Maybe like I said, I gotta travel. Maybe I might, like I said, next year. I'm hoping if I can save a few bucks and I go, like I said, go to Atlanta because that's a little closer. Now they don't have Savannah anymore. Atlanta's a little closer too. Maybe even I know Scary used to have a show in Virginia, and I'm not too far from Virginia because where I live at. Um, you know, um, maybe I'll think about maybe there's no women's bodybuilding. They do have physique, but no women's bodybuilding. But maybe check it out. You never meet who know you're gonna meet, and like I said, I'm a fan of these ladies. Like I said, and shout out to Sheriff Foos for saying me that I'm not a small, I'm a friend, and I'm glad that she said it to me. I mean, we hadn't talked too much like we used to. I need to reach out to Cheryl and see how she's doing. I know she's doing all right. I know she's competing this year now. I think she's taking a break from bodybuilding.
Who?
But
Cheryl who?
Cheryl Foost.
Cheryl Fools. Did I know
Yeah.
Cheryl Fools? No, I'm not sure.
Well, let me see. Let me pull up a picture of her because she's either I think it's Faust. Sometimes she goes Faust or it's Foost. Sometimes I forget. She's been competing for a long time.
Yeah.
She's one of those ladies who is much older. I think she's touching about. I think she's touching about 50. She's a business. She does stuff. She's really, she's a really cool lady. I mean, I did an interview with her and Leanna George. Leanna George. And
Yeah, I know Leanna George. Yeah, you're fine.
yeah, yeah, we've been pretty cool for a good while. Leanna just got a pro card last year. She took some time off to enjoy her vacation. She's just generally a great lady. One of the few women who still had not been to the well of silicone. That's why I think she has a great chest. She has a great look to her. She's but I'm about to put up a picture of her. If
Okay.
you probably saw it. I don't know if you saw the interview I did with her a while back. Uh,
Oh, that's her.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, she's cute. It's pretty cool. You can check it out. Social media. I'll put a link in the description. You want to check her out.
All right.
Give me a second. And she's been competing for a long time. She turned pro, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago. She done a few shows since she competed last year. I think she just did Chicago. I think she did Tampa too. I'm trying to remember. She did a few shows. But she hasn't been pro as long. But she's been competing for a long time.
She's an artist.
Well, she does art. She does some painting and stuff like that. I know she has a website where she sells some of her art. I was thinking about buying some maybe later down the road when I have some little pocket change. I'm broke. Maybe next time my sister give me some tax money again, and because I've used the rest of my tax money to pay actually pay my bills, but then my monthly check I use to get my car fixed. But, I had to buy the parts and stuff, and that takes money too. Oh my God, everything takes money. But Cher was a really nice lady. She's a coach and trainer. She used to train Leanne, but I think they went to separate ways. Rolando C's not. It's not Cheryl Fuchs. It's Cheryl Faust. Yeah, you're thinking J Fuchs. It's different spelling. But I've seen pictures of Jade. She looks huge.
Yeah.
I know me and Lori talk about how big she got. I know last year she should have did not just Romania, she did show in Spain. Should have show in Spain first to see how the judges gauges her physique, and then just show in Romania to see how she does. But like I said, it's all about the cost of the sport. The money of it.
How big she want to get?
I need to go to a show, Cecilia George. So I think I can talk and meet my favorite. Yeah, that's a great. Well, the thing is, you live in California, where there's not a lot of show for bodybuilding, but there are the other divisions such as wellness, physique, fitness. You can try to go to those shows. And some of those women, I don't know about bikini girls. They can be a little bit stuck up. And same thing with wellness girls. But maybe the figure girls or maybe some physique girls are a little more open-minded. You might even meet some bodybuilders. A lot of these ladies go to shows. They're usually training other competitors, and they're there. If you see somebody you recognize, just say hello to us. Say, hey, like what Sean told me. Just all you gotta do is just you gotta suck it up, buttercup. Step up to him like a man. Say, how you doing? My name is Rolando. I just want to meet you. Say hello to you. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I just saw you over there. I didn't feel like I want to bother you. So I just want to say hello. And maybe you never know. You might have that one say, hey, grab you by the arm, say, how you doing? Just want to talk to you. And that'd be great. It's about just really getting out of your I tell my man here. KL, I told some other people say sometimes you gotta get out of your own way. You can be your own worst enemy. You gotta get out of your own way. You can get out of your own way.
That's true.
Yeah, because sometimes I had to learn to get out of my own way. Some situations where, especially I was in Savannah, I had to get out of I had to break my shell, come out and just approach these women and say, hey, how you doing? There's some women like this one big regret. I would say, Annie Richardson, who passed away. She was at this show in Savannah. She was at her booth. She was at her jewelry. I should have went over and said, man, you have a great physique. I admire you. I just want to say hello. I should have did that, and I regretted that. And RIP to her, major lady. Her husband followed me. He really appreciated when I posted some stuff about his wife on my IG. Shout out to him. He's a cool guy, Kenneth. Yeah, I know he misses his wife, and I know you miss your lady. I can say I'm missing your lady because I miss mine. That's my mom. So, like I said, we're gonna be here much longer. So, you have anything you want to say, brother?
Um, Nah, I mean, like, not really. I don't think so. I mean, like the friend stuff, I don't know. I never reached to that point where, I could say that, I'm a friend. I try to be supportive. That's it. But,
Well, that's all it takes is just try to be supportive, to
yeah,
understand. Sometimes, I'm me. I'm the type of person that I've had people who I didn't even really know just sit and have conversation with me. And just sometimes I just like to be conversation, and sometimes I'm a person that I want to help people. I like you. Like I said, I did it. Like I said, I took care of my mom for a long time,
yeah,
and that gave me a purpose. And now she's gone. I needed something to keep me going. And that's why I do this. That's why I talk about bodybuilding. That's why I talk about MMA. That's why I reach out to these ladies for interviews. That's why, like, I just reached out to a lady who I became cool with. She was sick. I said, you know what? I don't think you're a package because a little care package because I just want to say, like, this is something you might need. And she said, you don't
mhm,
have to do that. You shouldn't do that. But I said, you know what? I don't have to do that. I want to do it because sometimes I know sometimes life is a struggle.
right.
And if any way I can try to help someone, I know a lady who I'm cool with. I just sent her a package this weekend because she has a upcoming fight, and it's just a little something she can use before and after the fight, stuff like that. And they generally appreciate that because you know what, that shows that what I truly care, and I
Yeah.
want you to do good. I want you to help anything I can do for you. If it's I can I wish I had the money to do a little more, but I don't. But I can do what I got.
I mean, I try to reach out to couple of people like after they shows and stuff like that, but they ain't never got back to me. Like people I interviewed, I was like, hey, how you did on your show and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. I didn't never got a response, so I don't know.
Well, maybe sometimes they're busy. Sometimes things happen. They probably respond. I just one girl we shot to a while ago. She just sent me a response to something. I said, I'll wait. We've been keep messages up for a little bit. And every now and then, sometimes, a lot of these ladies are busy. They got things to do. They got things in their mind. But
Yeah,
like I said, just give them the time. They'll let you know. And if it's
yeah.
not, then I wouldn't worry about it. Just like I told you before, just move on to the next one. There's plenty of women out here who would love to give you time, give you opportunity, and just it's about being patient sometimes. But like I said, the
Yeah.
ones who don't want to act right, then don't forget them. Forget them. Man here, Rolando G. I do. I talk to ones from Brazil. Use the Google Translate to talk with Brazilian Portuguese. So I'm cool with the Latin Brazilian female bodybuilders. Yeah, I'm cool with a couple. You know, been together on social media. Also, he
Yeah,
says
they don't speak English. That's the thing.
that's
It's
the thing. Yeah, I go there. I go there. Instagram. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, you send something to them, they just translate it because they're gonna translate it. But it's just like I said, like people like Bob Majan, who I got to talk to. We were talking the other time. Last week I saw something. I sent her something. She asked me a question about it. Said like it was Easter. Said y'all celebrate Easter in the United States? Yeah, we do. Maybe heathens, but we do celebrate Easter and we talk about stuff like that because she's a lovely lady. I love to lick that chocolate bald head. And maybe,
yeah,
I mean, maybe if money ever comes right, and maybe this year I don't know something like I don't know I had a distant cousin leave me some money, or maybe I something where which I don't want anything. I'm not going to talk about this because I don't want to jinx myself, but I will probably love to go to Olympia, get to meet some of these women that have followed on social media who have done English connection. I mean, I would love to. I mean, it'd be great, to, I saw that JB, he was at the Fee Boys, he was on my girl, he was on my
yeah,
girl, he was on
yeah.
my girl, JB used to come on here and that, but he's died. He's supposed to, I think he's supposed to interview with her, with Andrea. I'll probably check it out later. But
Yeah.
he was with my girl, he was with my girl, you touched my girl, JB.
Did a interview with her before? Like
No, that's the first time we get to meet her because she'll
oh,
go
like
over.
face to
She,
face interview.
yeah, I did a face to
Oh,
face interview. Yeah, because
okay,
they
okay.
they've done interviews with her online, through Zoom or like that. But this is the first face to face with her. She's never been to overseas. Because the FIBO hasn't been done for almost 2 or 3 years ever since the virus hit. Because Germany, they really they're one of the countries really shut down when pandemic hit.
I got a
And
question. Not, go ahead.
go ahead. Good
No,
question.
I just wanted to ask, like, what does he do? Like JB, like he's
What
a Usa.
J what JB, he has his own company where he does and makes films and videos about women's bodybuilding. As you know, him and AJ, they have the female bodybuilding channel.
Right.
He's been in sport for a long time. I remember I saw the interview he did with one lady I interviewed named Lotta, and this was like years ago when she was still competing overseas before she moved into the States. He's been around for a long time.
Mm.
He's been really guys in the ground. And him and AJ. A while back, AJ reached out to me. I talked to him some time ago. These guys are really me. Me, you, Female Bodybuilding Channel, DD on the spot, David over at Female Bodybuilding Forum. We're one of the few guys on here who are doing interviews with women in sport of bodybuilding. Not just, like I said, not just female bodybuilders, like physique competitors, wellness competitors. I know, I think with them they're doing wellness. Like, you did a wellness girl, a couple of wellness girls.
Yeah.
I've done mostly physique, women's bodybuilding, a couple of figure girls. I did a couple of bikini women. Just did an interview with Sean, Sean Nelson. You can interview with Steve Shabelli and Jack Hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just guys like who are fan of these ladies, who support these women. We have to come together, and what we need to do is try to really, promote these women more if we can. Like I said, with these other guys, they have a larger platform. I have a small platform, but even with my smaller platform, I mean, my man Big Keith, he tells me, he said, George, you can really do a lot with what you got. And you're really speaking for this because no one else is talking about these women other than
I
you.
mean, I think you're doing good. I mean, like, you're doing more than me. Way more
Well,
than, like,
well,
yeah,
it takes.
you pulling them out like hotcakes. I would say you getting there, like, you getting there. That's all. I'm just,
Yeah, and like I said, anything takes time. Nothing, like I
yeah,
said, Rome was never built in a day. And it takes time. And like I said, I got to, let these women give them time to come to me if they want to. If I reach out to them, and if they feel like they want to come in and talk, that's fine. If they don't, I'm
yeah.
not gonna worry about it. But sometimes you just got, gotta make sure they feel comfortable. That's why when I do my interviews, I do a little joke. Sometimes I'm serious, but also I try to also make you feel comfortable.
I can't make nobody laugh, so I'm sorry. I
Well,
just
that's all
it's
right.
gotta come natural a little bit. I don't
Well,
know.
I remember I used to always be entertaining. I used to tell little stories stuff when I was in school, and I was always been an entertaining kid. I know my sisters that said, George, you always been entertaining. You always been somebody like that. But like I said, I just enjoy just having conversation every now and then.
Yeah.
My man, Rolando G says, yeah, I saw JB with your girl, Andrea. I was trying to have your back. That's George. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for getting my back. Yeah, he was with my girl. He was holding my girl, hugging up my girl. How those white guys over in Germany, they love that chocolate. They love that chocolate. I need to start my FB channel. Do you think, KLA and George, if you can get get my own show, I want to have my platform for them. Oh yeah, just start. It takes time. All you gotta do is one thing. When you start, you gotta make sure that you put your stuff together good. With me, I had with just a laptop and a phone, and then I have two laptops, a phone, and a tablet, and I'm making stuff. Like I said, I'm making videos and stuff like stuff that KL makes. I'm making my stuff. It takes time, and you can get to it. Just like especially, I have a lot of free time. I don't have a job. I'm home most of the time. I can work on some stuff. Sometimes I right now I got some videos I recorded. I need to edit them and work them out on because sometimes I got try to tell stories like that, and it takes time. Rolando, it just you work at it and you do it good, and people follow you, and then like some of these ladies who I got up with, because some someone like Tony Mercury, people like Andrea Sauer, people like Caridas Sola. I mean, they saw the stuff I posted about them, and they really liked it. And that's I reach out to them and they say, hey, come on. Cara Dash, she still is, she retired from bodybuilding, and I try to get her on, but she says she's right now she's doing some stuff. She doesn't because there's some stuff out there that she's kind of concerned about. But I understand that. We still try to talk every now and then. I reach out to her every now and then. Andrea, she saw something that then we're still kind of cool, But I like to talk to her every now and then, and um, the rest of them are just amazing women, and we still try to get in contact, and just I give them my respect. Sometimes we're gonna have our issues every now and then,
Mm-hmm.
but still, as long as I stand support them and let them know that hey, everything's cool, everything's cool.
Even the lady that you feel not to mention.
No, no, there's no cool with her. She. This is about this chick. You okay? You told me I lied on you when the food where the records show you lying, and people know that. And then when I confront you, which she, like I said, it was like I think it was like a while back
Yeah.
when she make a comment in my IG, and I in my DMs I said, okay, if you want to come on, and I posted you can check
Yeah.
you seen that where I posted where if you want to come on here and tell your truth and don't say to say because this guy says that hey you gotta talk louder if
But
you feel
these women got some issues, man. I'm not
yeah
saying all, but
yeah
already. I mean, it ain't no surprise you telling me.
no I'm not so surprised but hey if you like say I was talking to a friend of hers I said I didn't say hey if you want to come on see I see if you want to come on just talk we won't talk about her we'll talk about you
Yeah.
because this is about you, not about her. But she told me how she was over there, she was at the Olympics, she got sick. But hey, you didn't sick. Well, I heard people didn't want you around, so you fake sick. I think some people did get sick at the Olympics because I think who I was talking to, Lori, how she said that. Nah, she didn't want to go to the Olympics to get sick. I mean, yeah. But here's the thing: is when people have respect for a person and they understand what they're going through, they give you distance, give you time, and just be understanding. But when you're a person like this, who did what you did, you could have got in front of it a long time ago. People will respect you more. But the fact is, you doubled down, you lied, you started to feel like you're the victim when which you're not the victim at all.
Right.
We know who the victim is. But you could have came out in front, said speak the truth, and don't let the people use it against weapon against you. You know the truth, you know what's going on. Be out front. Say it. Say, hey, I did this, I did that, and that's it, and move on. But the fact is, you're the type of person. From people I know and who know you, and I know speak about you that you are a narcissist and another word I'm not going to say
I'm
right now.
sorry I got you started.
Nah, nah, nah. Don't be sorry. Never apologize for what something you did. Unless it's really wrong. Who does not want to come on your show? Well, okay, I'm going to put her name in, and then I'm going to delete it once you see it.
Mm.
I do not speak her name. I would type it, but I will not speak her name. And you see it.
Typing it now. Oh.
Yeah, just type it now, and you see it. I do not speak her name. I would type it, but I won't speak it. And then now I am going to. If you already
Right.
had see it, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to delete it. So because you know what, she's not worth my time. Because she is like a little move trash. She's in trash. But like I said, she had a great physique, a great look, a great body. I did some videos about her before. I want to do one with her and Chelsea Dion because I knew she was going to compete. I said, I hope she going to do the Olympia together. I was going to do I did Hella and Chelsea. I rather had done her and Chelsea because their physiques were so similar. They,
Right.
tall, wide shoulders. They do the same vacuum pose when they do the abdominal thigh pose. Big jugs. Just different aspects of looks. But she messed it up for me. She did. She messed it up for me. Yeah. But like I said, she's still active because I see some stuff on social media. She's posting every now and then. She's living in Dubai. She's trying to make her money there. She's, this top says she may not compete this year. Fine. She might come back. I don't know. But, and my man, Ronaldo says, I was a fan of hers. Yeah. A lot of people were. A lot of guys were. I remember my man told me she made a comment where she said she didn't want to lose a feminine. She didn't want to be attractive. She said it in front of Alina Popa and Linda Murray, two of the most attractive women in bodybuilding.
Mm.
Two of the most, and like I said, they could have gave Alina the title the last year, back in 2014, but they gave it to Iris. The judges have too much crowd control. They feel like they want to, bring in a more feminine Miss Olympia. Alina fit the mold,
Yeah.
but they went with Iris's overall stats with her physique. But that's not it. It is what it is. So, like I said, you have anything else to say before we head out?
No, not really, man. Not really. It's just just I just keep doing what you doing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. That's it.
Yeah, keep grinding. Like I said, we all got to stand by each other because
Yeah.
it's not enough. Enough. We need to support each other as content makers. And like I said, yeah, if we're smokes, we're smokes. We're not. We're not. Hey, it's just a word, and words shouldn't have too much power over you. I think some people take it a little more serious than they are. But like I said, we are fans of these ladies, and we want to see them get success. We want to see them to do well in this sport, to realize that even though, hey, this sport seems like the IFB don't love them, we love them, and we want to see them grow and get opportunities. I think this year is going to be really lackluster for women's bodybuilding at the Olympia, with so few um you know you know opportunities for ladies to get to the pro card, get to Olympia. But like I said, maybe next year, maybe if the right people hear us, come together, put the money where the mouth is and promote women's bodybuilding, give them the opportunity to share the stage as all the other divisions, to expand on it. We would like to see that. And maybe, like I said, I know there's guys out there, you're undercover smokes. You don't want nobody to know that you're a fan of women's bodybuilding. But all you gotta do is, hey, hire some guy, be a lawyer, go to the promoters, talk to people, save the money. There's some rich guys out there who are smokes. Sarah Vickers is married to one.
Mm.
But just show these women that not all guys out here are assholes who hate them because they have muscles, who are jealous or envious of them. Just show them that the fact is, hey, you are still a woman. We're attracted to you. We think you're appealing. We think you're nice, and we want to support you any way we can.
I mean, if it ain't muscles intimidating a guy, it's brains. So
Yeah, yeah. I think some men don't like women that smarter than them, but the fact is, hey, women gotta be. It's a tough word for women out here. People forget that. Yeah. So I think we got a comment here. Wait a minute, I just popped it. I didn't see it before we go out. I think we got one more comment. It's from my man Rolando G. He says, "Yes, I'm here for you, brother, and I need your advice on being on my platform. I'll let you and KL know." Okay, cool, man. Cool. So whenever you let you know, we'll try to give you as much information we can. It's like I said, YouTube. You gotta be careful what you put out there, because it really always, like, I got some strikes before for stuff that I didn't need to do it on purpose, but then some stuff they did it for the hell of it.
you ain't
You
the
know.
only one. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like I said, you gotta be careful with YouTube. It's like a minefield. Back in the day, YouTube can do just about anything you want, but now, because it's got so much a multi-billion-dollar company that is now, and it'll support the ones that they can make money on.
who
It'll support.
knows? I mean, like, who knows? Maybe YouTube, like in 10 or 5 years from now, I give it 10. It might not even exist no more.
I don't know. It's been around too long for that to happen. Maybe 30 or 40 years. It takes a
Mm.
lot longer. Social media. Look at MySpace. MySpace was taken out by Facebook, and Facebook's been bought out by IG. When Google bought out YouTube. It's just about what platform is still popular. Twitter has got bought up by some rich crazy dude from South Africa. He's
Right.
a nut job. I mean, it's just about what's popular, we can make money on, and that's how it is about. It's about money, 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 money,
Mhm.
money. So, folks, I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. I'd like to thank my man, Jen Hannah, the Emperor. I'd like to thank my man here, KL, the Wanderer. I thank my man, Derek Bailey, Raheem Hamilton, our boy, Rolando G, Sean McMillan. Hey, brother, you got a lot of names on your list. Also, a man, fourth quarter, my man, Big Duke. Thank you for coming through, Big Duke. Folks, like I said again, we who are fans of these women's sport of bodybuilding, we should stand by them through, thick and thin. Let them know that, we're not just schmoes, we're friends. and we want to see you succeed, grow, to get opportunities you deserve, and and just like I said, I know you gotta be cautious, but same things. Let people who genuinely want to see you succeed get into your world. We want to see you do what you do, what you can do. It's tough for you women. Be women's bodybuilding, be women's physique, being figure, fitness, even the girls in wellness and bikini. We support you. But like I said, just give. You see guys like us who may not look like, you know, the guy, type of guy that would be in something like this. Be kind, be genuine. Let us know that, hey, even when we come up to you, we compliment you, just be be susceptible. Be accepted to our compliments. Don't be too worried. I know sometimes you guys deal with people who like to burn you, make comments about you, and insult you, but there's generally good people who want to see you do all
It's
you can
just
do.
life, man. Like people going to a negative and a positive. I remember somebody was telling me it's a woman bodybuilder too. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I know. Sometimes it can make them a little bit frugal, a little bit cautious and wary, and sometimes a little bit jaded. But yeah, we still support you.
yeah.
So anyway, folks, we appreciate you coming through. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for support. Share this comment. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my KL. Also, subscribe to my man Jen. Subscribe to any of these brothers on here who were here this afternoon sharing their stories and conversating and giving advice. Support us as a fan. Support the women in this sport, and just be genuinely genuine. Anyways, I thank you again. This is me on Always Yours page, aka the Emperor, if you're about to talk. Don't like, subscribe. We're out. Enjoy the rest of your week.